Hi everyone, welcome to week 4 of Everyday Supernatural. I'm Rob and I'm here again with Super Dave. Dave is here again. So this week we're talking about hearing from God. Now, one of the amazing things about following Jesus is we get to hear God speak to us. That is pretty incredible, isn't it, Dave? 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 Man, he can't hear a word I'm saying. Dave! Nothing. If he can't hear me, then I guess I can probably say anything I like. Dave, you smell! Dave, you've still got cream on your face from 2 weeks ago. You smell, Dave. Oh, actually, this is quite boring. I wish Dave would listen to me. Dave! I know, I've got an idea. Dave! What? What was that? What? It was me, Rob.
You?
I've been trying to get your attention for the last few minutes. And you've been ignoring me. You haven't heard a word I've been saying.
Well, I was a bit distracted. I was just watching.
Man.
I was watching this show, and then
You look like you got yourself in a bit of a tangle,
yeah,
Dave.
I'm just going to leave them like that.
That's brilliant. Oh man. Well, so we've got everyone here for week 4 of Everyday Supernatural.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were meant to be filming.
Yeah, we're doing that now.
Right.
Like right now.
Oh, sorry.
We're
I'm
already
sorry,
on.
guys. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm
okay.
sorry. My
It's
bad.
okay.
My bad. Okay, I'm ready. I'm here now.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, I guess we can all be like that sometimes. We don't hear everything, do we? So.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes I just get so distracted that I don't hear the things around us, and sometimes even like what God's saying. Like I just. Yeah.
It's amazing because God does speak to us. He speaks to all of us. Do you think that happens all the time?
Yeah, God's definitely speaking to us all the time because He loves us so much. And when you love someone, you just want to talk to them. And
yeah.
So I think God is trying to talk to us all the time. Definitely.
Really? Is it a bit like this? Dave!
Well, I mean,
Dave!
sometimes it's like that, but yeah, sometimes it's like a still small voice. Sometimes it's a picture.
Yeah.
So there's different ways that He talks to us.
So not like with the loud halo.
Not always with the loud halo, yeah. But the thing is that when we're distracted, there's other stuff going on, we can sometimes not hear what God's saying because we're not really listening to Him.
Yeah, Dave, I think that's really good because I reckon that's something that we could probably try today. So maybe wherever you are in your groups, you could try some of that.
Yeah, do you know what? We'd love you to have a go at listening to God. So after you spend some time reading the Bible and talking about that, there's going to be a lot of space for you guys to listen and try and hear what God is saying to you today for yourselves. And so I've got a few things for you to think about. So one thing to remember is that God's voice often sounds like our own voice in our head when we start listening to Him. So if you ask God a question, the answer will often come back to you in your own voice in your head. But actually that can be God speaking to you. And as you listen more, as you practice, you do start to recognise God's voice in your head speaking to you.
Yeah, that's really good. And it's also a bit like a mirror because what we hear and what we hear from God will reflect who He is. So it will reflect back to us, like in a mirror when you see your own face in the mirror in the morning and you've got bogies coming out your nose. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Just Dave. But we know that God is so loving and kind, and it's really important we remember that what He says in the Bible is just really important. So He will speak like how we expect Him to speak. He's a kind and loving God, so we need to remember that.
That's right. So the things He says will line up with who He is as well. Another way that I like to listen to God is sometimes I close my eyes and I imagine that I'm holding a tablet like this one, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And what we do, the screen, okay, is blank. And so I'm imagining that I'm holding it and I've got my eyes closed, and then I ask God to speak to me, and then what I do, I open my eyes and I press the button, and whatever comes up on the screen, whatever it is, okay, that is what God is saying to me. And so then I can look at it, whether it's a picture or some words or maybe a video moving, and I can ask God, okay, God, what are you trying to say to me through this picture that I've seen on the screen? So that can be a really helpful way.
I like that. You know, I'm going to try that later. But another thing that we can do, I think, is really important, is to keep our eyes open.
Yes.
You know, we can look around us and we can ask God to speak to us through the things that we can see in front of us. So maybe, say you're out for a walk and God will speak to you through the rushing water of a river, or like a big open field, or perhaps the busy high street and the busy traffic that you see around us. Maybe you look at the traffic lights, and I don't know about you, but I always see red lights. And, you know, maybe God is asking you to be patient, or to wait for something.
Yeah. That's really helpful, Rob. It's so true. God can speak to us through normal everyday things, and he can speak in our heads. He can speak to us through other people, through the things around us. We'd love you to have a go at that right now, in a bit, in your groups anyway. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
That is a great idea. So, see you next time?
Yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.